to know what you're truly good at or passionate about is to start and try. Big steps or little steps, as long as you're making progress towards your goals, you will always be on the right path. Welcome back to Transaction Care, the #1 real estate show online where we discuss all things real estate related, business, transactions from contract to close, finding next-gen real estate hacks, and demystifying the business of buying and selling. And I am your host, Lillian Hernandez, your care coordinator. Your time is worth it. Let's coordinate. But before we get started in today's episode, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Or share this with 5 of your colleagues that you know would benefit from this content, this information, or just to continue to build this community. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and it would mean the world to me if we build and grow together on this journey. So go ahead and hit that subscribe and or follow button. You are appreciated. How to become a transaction coordinator. So everyone's journey into becoming a transaction coordinator is different, but I have found that these steps have been extremely helpful in my journey. So I hope you find them helpful as well. So let's get into it. First step you want to consider is, why do you want to be a transaction coordinator? What is your why? You want to make this very clear. Honestly, in any field or career you choose to go in, you want to have a clear vision and understanding of why you're doing it. Because when you do have those difficult, hard days where you're just like, oh, I quit, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, you can always go back to that why, that statement, that promise that you kept to yourself, or those reasons why you want to do this, and just reflect on that, you know? And as time goes on, your why will change, you will grow, you will evolve, your reasons and your whys will also grow and evolve with you. So in this particular time, space and time, what is your why? Why do you want to become a transaction coordinator? What you also want to do is a skills check, right? So just check on your skills. Becoming a transaction coordinator, a successful one at that, you want to make sure you have the following skills. And I will definitely elaborate on this in future videos, but for the time being, you want to make sure that you are skilled in the following: communication, time management, detail-oriented to the T. That is the whole basis of this job. You are calm under pressure. This is a very fast-paced career and industry. So being able to have tools to remain calm under pressure is so key, as well as boundary setting, to be specific. I'll get into that in future videos, but for the time being, you want to focus on making sure those basic skills are you've sharpened those tools to make sure that coming into this field of work that you're good to go. So next, you want to ask yourself, do I want to be self-employed or do I want to be an employee? I've done a video where I've discussed the differences between the two, so go ahead and go watch that. But for the time being, as you're becoming a transaction coordinator, you want to ask yourself, which route do I want to take? And there's no right or wrong path. It's all up to you and what your goals are and what your vision is for this whole situation. But honestly, I don't want you to feel pressured to becoming self-employed right off the bat. It takes a lot of work, and I will definitely get into that in future videos as well, just business building and things of that nature. But for the time being, ask yourself, do I want to be an employee or self-employed? That don't add too much pressure on yourself. You get in where you fit in, and also, even if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, you may have to ease yourself into being a full-time self-employed transaction coordinator. This may not happen overnight. You might still have to work a 9-to-5 in the process of building this business. So take your time, do what works for you in your schedule, your lifestyle, make changes and adjustments where necessary, and just take it from there. And I've touched on this in previous videos first, but the reason you want to get your why in check and you make sure your skills are in order and you want to determine which path you're going to take. Am I going to go independent? Am I going to work for someone? is because when you get to this next step, you're going to start investing more time and money, and not everyone has that right away when you're starting a business. So, or if you should just choosing to work within an office or a brokerage. So education, it is highly recommended, not necessarily required. It just depends on the brokerage you're going to work for, the client you're going to hire, how you want to present yourself on paper. But basically, you want to get the proper education. And there's different routes in order to receive said education. You can get your real estate license, get certified as a transaction coordinator. That's specifically talking to those that want to get licensed in California. There is a certification program that you can take. I will put those links in the description below. But also, if it's not within your budget right away, find other ways to get educated. YouTube, read books, real estate dictionaries, glossaries, go to open houses, ask a lot of questions, read through the disclosure packages and see what language is being used within the papers and the contracts. Ask an agent for a blank contract for your specific state or your county or your city. Read through it. Get educated that way. So then when you are ready financially or lifestyle wise, maybe you just don't have time at the moment, you already have a leg up on the whole education process. You're not just waiting for the day one for class to start. You already have a leg up on the educational part. You've been reading contracts, you've been reading disclosures, you've been asking a lot of questions. These are just some tips to get you ahead of the curve, but get ahead of the game. So you're not just waiting for the time to start classes. There's several ways to gain education, whether it's on a budget or when you're ready to just pull the trigger and take the courses and get licensed. So it all just depends on your lifestyle. You move according to your life. Lastly, market yourself, promote yourself, tell people what you're doing, what you want to do. You just never know where your first client's going to come from. So start putting the word out there. Even if you're not ready, it's going to force you to get ready. Okay. So have a game plan in place. You want to put yourself out there, challenge yourself, take risks. Everyone's tolerance for risk is different, but I guarantee once you get the ball rolling and things start to fall in place and are in alignment, you're not going to want to stop. So get all of the preliminary things in order now. So then as you elevate and improve and, advance in this industry, or maybe you take your skills to a whole other industry, you'll be prepared. Honestly, if you're stuck at one of these areas, like if you're still unsure if you want to be self-employed or an employee, maybe start off with a part-time or full-time job at a real estate office, or look online to see if anyone has an opening for an assistant job. You just want to get your foot in the door some way, somehow. Work for a title company, escrow company. There's several different ways that you can get your foot into the real estate industry, but specifically as a transaction coordinator, if you're just unsure that this isn't the right fit for you, or it is the right fit for you, but you just don't know, you don't want to jump full-fledged into being self-employed, I highly recommend just taking an office job. Basic admin, front desk position, assistant, whatever the case may be. Enhance your skills that way. Ask all of the questions you need to ask, as well as ask your brokers if they'll pay for your education. That doesn't hurt, right? Make sure your why is in order. Make sure your skills are in alignment. Make sure you are sure which direction you want to take this journey, self-employed or an employee. And that changes as well. So don't feel like you have to stick to one way the rest of your life. Get your education up. Find ways to study now. If you're interested in this career, start studying now. It doesn't mean paying for education doesn't mean that's the start time. Like, you can start now with all the free resources available to you. It's just a matter of you starting. And then tell people what you're about to do. No one's gonna know what you want to do if you don't tell anyone. Email, call, text, build a roster, build resources, contact inspector, find different ways. I'll get into this in another video on how to market yourself and how to put yourself out there. And especially if you're shy or outgoing, we're all different. I naturally am a shy person. Maybe you wouldn't believe that from watching this video, but it's true. So put yourself out there, let people know what you're doing. Or even, just say, hey, in 6 months, I'm going to be embarking on this journey. If you have any leads or referrals, please send them my way. I would truly appreciate it. And then you go through the whole interview process from there. So those are my tips on how to become a transaction coordinator. I truly hope you found those helpful. Like I said, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and or follow button, and share this content with someone that may need the extra help or information or education in this industry. And if you are a transaction coordinator, please let us know in the comments how you became a transaction coordinator, what you did, the steps you took. I would love to hear from you as well. And I'm sure our community would love to grow from and learn from each and every one of us. So the only way to know what you're truly good at or passionate about is to start and try. Big steps or little steps, as long as you're making progress towards your goals, you will always be on the right path. Thank you for sticking around to this part. I truly appreciate your time. As I mentioned before, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, or you can email me at tc@transactioncare.com. Thank you again for watching, and what you can expect in upcoming content and videos is, what does a TC do? Why become a TC? Goal setting, business planning, and much more. Until then, please hit that subscribe and or follow button. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And social media, it is Transaction Care across all platforms. So whatever your platform is your favorite, go there. I am there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, which is my personal favorite. But go on all of those platforms, like, follow, share, comment, all of that. We are building this community together, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Each and every one of you. And until the next episode, my name is Lillian Hernandez, your resident transaction care coordinator. And remember, your time is worth it. Let's coordinate.